Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. There you go. Dude, this song's gonna be awesome. Oh, watch this. Watch this, Runestrike. Watch. Ow! Oh, jeez. Oh, I just cut myself on my string. Oh. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. I am your host Azata, and I am joined, as always, with my brother in bass, Runestrike. Hey! So this week we wanted to talk about our process of a track going from having nothing to a finished song, and kind of our steps and thoughts going through that. You okay there? You gonna die? You gonna survive? You gonna make it through?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. That would be awful if you just croaked right now when recording. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean,
good for views, but you know.
Yeah, good for views. Just go on without me.
Well, I have a list of questions here that I kind of wanted to go through. First, I think, how do you even start a song? Going from nothing. So you, Runestrike, how do you start a track? What do you have? Do you have something in mind? Do you have a genre, or do you pick like a certain sound you want to start with, or like what's your starting process?
Well, normally I go through my presets. I mean, all the sounds I have made myself 100%.
Oh, that's a topic for another day.
Yes. And I normally just take a controller like this, except with keys, and it looks totally different.
Oh,
and I just start playing
something like this?
Yeah, something like that. Not like this piece of junk. Something like that. And I'll start playing a melody, kind of get something down, and then I'll see what that kind of sounds like, and I'll go from there and figure out what genre it's going to be. Right,
because your style typically leans more melodic as opposed to mine. Mine's mostly sound design forward, with melodies kind of as supporting elements.
Yeah. You're really heavy into sound design.
Yeah. That is my favorite. Which leads into how I start. I usually start either with a bass or actually writing the intro and build first. Because if I have a cool sound in mind, that is usually a good place for me to start, because I spend most of my time making noises anyways. But it's also easier for me if I have kind of like a reference for how the song will flow from beginning into the drop. Which then leads into the next question, is where do you find inspiration? Inspiration for me comes from a lot of different places, but Runestrike, start with you. Where do you find your inspiration?
I get inspired by not very much. Very little inspires me. I see a dude's like, okay, here's this. I'm inspired. It's like, oh my God, he opened his program. I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, some days it doesn't take a lot to inspire me either. I was just listening to like some videos, some shows while I was working today, and like heard something and was like, oh, that'd be a super cool sample, or that riff in that background track is pretty cool, or, you know, I like the Foley they used on his like shoe stomp or whatever, you know? Yeah. Something like that. That's more... for me, that's more, I guess you would call it passive inspiration. Just kind of things happening. What about active inspiration? Is there anything that you, when you look to be inspired for a track, are there certain things you go to, or certain places you go to be inspired or consume certain types of media?
No, I never look to be inspired. It just happens.
It just happens?
I've never tried to get inspired. It just hits you when it hits you.
Nice. For me, I go to a lot of YouTube channels that play the particular style I'm looking for. So a lot of evil bass mixes, a lot of hydraulic damnation. If I'm looking to get into like the death step or more Minotaur kind of stuff. Lately, I've also been listening to a lot of Subtronics and Squanto, and they've obviously inspired me over the last few tracks. So if I know what I'm looking for, I'll look for other people who do that and consume their content in that to be inspired, I guess. All right, and another question, kind of the opposite side of that coin. What about when you are not inspired in the moment? What if you sit down to work on music, but you're just not feeling it? What are things you do to kind of kickstart that, I guess?
Normally, my strategic plan is to get really depressed, like question everything in life.
So a lot of yours, I guess, for a more actual answer, would be a lot of kind of just like self-reflection.
No,
Is that a good?
just,
No,
it's just,
is that a
just
not
get
accurate?
depressed and try to find something cool to do. At that point,
Okay.
you just pretty much take whatever your brain gives you.
Yeah. I guess which also brings up a point. Sometimes you have to just roll with something that comes up. Like, if you want to actually make a track and you're not having something, you kind of just need to work through that. I know it's hard to say, but you need to write music to then be inspired. You
Yeah,
just got to kind of actually do something.
we
to
gotta
get that
break
going.
that. You gotta get in the flow of it again because you're for some reason your mind forgets how to do it, and you just can't get that flow back. And once you get that flow back, you can write more songs. Just consistently stay writing. That's basically what I do. I never finish anything, but dang it, I'm always writing.
This is a question I'm kind of scared to ask you. How long does a track take to write?
Oh, are you serious about that?
I mean, I have an answer for it. What about you?
Yes.
Yes.
Um, sometimes it sometimes it could take a month and a half. Sometimes it takes like a week. Depends on the song. Depends on how bad I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't overproduce it, it takes about a week. But if I'm making a dubstep track, it has to be overproduced, and I ruin it. It takes like 2 months.
Yeah, for me, it definitely varies depending on if it's a genre I am used to writing, if it's a song I'm really digging at the moment. Something I learned taking through the production class is like, so if you sit down and give yourself deadlines, Runestrike, you can actually impress yourself by sitting down and being like, I'm gonna get this done. I have 2 hours and I need to get something done. If you have freedom to not have to get something done in 2 days, uh, it depends. Again, it depends.
It depends.
Yeah, that's
Deadlines.
it's a hard question to have answered broadly. It's
Well,
definitely project to project.
I know a guy who he spent like 3 months just working on a track as a job, just working on it and working on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it turned out really amazing. His work is perfect. Like it was perfect. So the
That's
time pays
awesome.
off.
Yeah, if you
Time
have
pays
the
off.
time to dedicate to a project, for sure, do it. Also, the more music you can pump out, though, the more you'll learn, the quicker you'll get things done. Yes, it's also a
Right.
way to look at it. Okay, so the next question on the list is how do you structure your song? Um, yeah, Runestrike, how do you?
Man, you ask these tough questions.
Tough questions.
Actually, it's a pretty simple question. I don't structure my songs. I don't have a preconceived notion of how long anything should be. I just go with the flow. Like
That's solid. Like whatever
I
feels
go
right.
with I go with the feeling. However, it feels like it should be this long, and I go that route, and that's how I do it. I don't have a preconceived notion on how long things should be. I know how long things should be.
Mhm.
I don't pay attention.
Me, I usually stick to the 2 drop structure. Intro, breakdown, build up, drop. Second, pretty much the same, and then second drop. I have noticed that there are some electronic artists who will do the typical pop song structure, and have like 3 drops and a breakdown in between, which is super cool.
Right?
I don't see
Yeah.
a lot of it. I think it was Megalodon that I heard about the other day that does that. And I think I understand why a lot of like dubstep and stuff is in the 2-drop structure, especially being in like a DJ space where they have to play that stuff out. I just wish the scene would let us play with structure a bit more, and it doesn't have to be the same thing every time and be so predictable.
Well, I mean, you can do whatever you want.
This is true, rules. But it doesn't mean that people are going to play it out or do anything like that. If it doesn't fit into how they build sets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I definitely think people should play with that a lot more. I think it's an aspect of a song that people don't give a lot of thought to.
Right,
Shoot,
yeah.
You could do like 4 little drops and like 3 build-ups and have like a bunch of different transitions and stuff, and that could be really cool.
Or you can have like just 1 drop.
Yeah, you could do just... Another question that has come to my mind is, where do you learn your sound design?
YouTube.
Yeah, that's...
But not in the way you think. I'm not like, yeah, how do you make this sound? No, I'm just like, I stumble on a video about this guy doing something, and I happen to see his synth, and he tweaks it slightly. I'm like, oh, and I copy it to see how it works. And then I go, oh, that makes sense. And then I just like make an envelope, tweak every single knob in Serum.
Yeah, that's important. Experimentation and knowing the synth you're working with and how to get those sounds out. For me, YouTube, definitely. Everything I know has been self-taught. And I can think off the top of my head, Seamless R. I've learned a lot from him. As many Virtual Riot streams as I could. Dylan Tallchief. Yeah, YouTube. And, talking with other producers, actually, like you and Jansen, and getting in a community has really helped. When I'm like, guys, how do I get this effect? And they're like, oh, bam.
Well, getting bass buddies is probably the best thing you can do.
This is true. Like, having people to talk to has helped a ton. All right, well, that's where I think we'll end it. I am all out of questions for this. Runestrike, I don't know where I was going with the sentence.
I am a person.
You are it. You are a person. You are it. Why don't you send us off? Tell them what they should do. What is it they should do, Runestrike?
I think they should subscribe to this channel that they are watching right now.
Boom.
And they should also smash that like button and hit that subscribe button again.
That would unsubscribe them. No, hit it 3 times.
Hit it 3 times so you can subscribe, unsubscribe, and then resubscribe, and then hit the bell notification, and then figure out a way to send us money. Or
at this point, leave a comment. Guys, if you have any input on what we talked about today, let us know in the comments below.
Well, we'll let Azata know, because I can't come back to you guys.
Runestrike doesn't know how technology works.
I don't.
Let us know your thoughts down below, and we will see you guys next week.